So I know it has been quite some time since I have came on here with you and just had a little bit of a chat with you. I just wanted to update you on why I have been MIA. So with the world today, there are lots of ups and downs and a lot of craziness going on. And here we are back again in the portion of the pandemic where things have to go back to being mostly virtual. And with that, there was a lot going on with work and just super busy, super stressed out. And I think it was around Halloween. I think shortly before that, I was talking to you guys and I was in my last cycle. And of course, that cycle didn't turn out. And because of that, my husband and I were debating, well, should we try this cycle? Should we give it a few months of a break, considering how things are going right now in the world? But here we are, cycle 7, and we have had our fair share of our attempts. So with that being said, we did do this cycle rather differently. We took it more, we try to be as natural with it as possible and just like not get so caught up in everything, not get so stressed out. And so with that being said, we did baby dance, but we didn't baby dance that much. We didn't get a lot of time in considering our schedules, and especially my husband's with how crazy his work life is right now. He's basically working doubles. He's doing 2 different positions at UPS right now, and let's just say we were only able to fit in baby dancing twice this cycle, and it was the same day. So we will see what happens with that. But with that being said, also, we decided that we were going to not do OPK tests, which I did end up caving, and I still took those OPK tests, but it was only for 3 days in a row. And it was because this cycle, I was experiencing an excessive amount of CM. Again, sorry for the TMI. It's going to be happening in this video and most of my videos. But I like to just give you guys the warning, basically. So with that being said, it was a late warning. But anyways, lots of CM. So I was like, you know what? Let me just test, because right now, given our schedule, it would be nice just to see, just to know, just to know that our efforts that we've been trying to put in, or let me word that better, the efforts that we knew we were only being able to put in, that we wanted to make sure that maybe they at least counted. So I did check it, and the day that I checked it the first time, it was like almost positive, like it was almost there. So the next morning I woke up, I checked it, and it was positive, but like, you know, just a normal amount of positive. So that night when I checked it again, it was like, boom, this is it, hello. And it was darker than the control line, so I was like, yes, this is it. And I think that is what helped us to determine that we should try one more time in the same day, which we have never done. I mean, I'm 30, he's 31. I know we're young and you can be like bunnies all you want, but let's be honest, like our schedules and stuff do not usually provide the ability to do that. So it was nice that we were able to have it work out, and it landed on a day that my husband didn't work, so he had a little bit more energy. But so anyways, also with that being said, we did not temp this cycle, and it has been not easy for me because I've been wanting to like wake up in the morning and just be like, I know I didn't track my temping this cycle, but if I just check it for the next few days, maybe I can see some sort of trend or something. And I'm like, no, Allie, stop. Because every time I do temping, I don't know why, but temping stresses me out so much. And maybe it's because I've noticed that on mornings that I'm temping, I get stressed out about waking up, and I find myself like kind of tossing and turning around the time that I set my alarm for, knowing like my body knows it's coming, and I think I'm stressing out about it because it usually is the determining factor. Like, you know what's going on when you temp, because for me at least, when I'm temping religiously, like I can pretty much tell you before a test that it's going to be negative. I can tell you, I should say, because of my temping, I can tell that my test towards the end of that cycle before Aunt Flo is due, I know that I'm not going to be pregnant based off of my temps. And I'm sure that's the case for everyone, but mine are just so obvious. And it stresses me out. So we've found that I'm actually sleeping a lot better this cycle, so that could be beneficial. I'm less stressed out because of OPKing and everything. Even though I did do the OPKing, I would always start so early, and sometimes it would go high and then it would go back down, and then it would go high and then back down. But this, I literally caught it on the surge. So that was pretty nice. So I didn't have to have that stress, that worry, nothing. It was pretty obvious. I used the Premom app and it was like, boom, you're ovulating, or you're about to ovulate. So that was really nice. You know, basically, I don't really know what else that we normally would do. It seems like there was something I'm forgetting that we would normally do that we're not doing this cycle, but you know, just keeping it simple. And also I determined that I am going to wait until 9 DPO, 10 if I'm able to even test. Whereas before I would stupidly test where I know it would never be positive, but I'm always like, I want to catch a progression line. Let's do it. Other people have caught it at 4 or 5 DPO. And let's be realistic, the people who have caught a faint line at 4 or 5 DPO, more than none, I mean, more than likely, a lot of those, let's say 99% of those, were people who maybe didn't know or thought their DPO day was a certain day, and maybe they were further along than they thought, because at 4 or 5 DPO, it is really unlikely, but who knows? I'm sure there are some rare cases out there. So I'm not dissing anybody who did catch it that early. I'm just saying that, like, in a realistic, you know, comparative situation, that's not the likelihood. So I told myself, no, Ellie, no. So I will do my best to wait until 9 or 10 DPO, and that way I can still catch a slight progression if it's going to be a thing. So, you know, fingers crossed that this is the one. We only got 1 day of beating, but that was twice in the day, so we will see what happens. I've told myself not to get as down this time as I did last time, because I got super down. Like, I was so sad. And, you know, with that being said, it was because my temps were so, like, okay, so I know I said mine are pretty accurate, right? But one thing I did forget is this last cycle, my temps were very telling, and I knew I wasn't pregnant because of the last 2 days, 2 or 3 days in the temping. But before those last 2 or 3 days, it was being stagnant. Like, the temps were the same, and it would go up a little and then just go down that little to the same stagnant, and then all of a sudden it went up, and then it went down 2 days in a row, and then it went a little slightly up the next day. But I knew by those last 3 days, I was like, yeah, I'm not. But I still tested. Hello. But anyways, I know I'm just jabbering on at this point, but I just wanted to talk to you guys because it had been so long, and I feel bad for not updating. I know I don't have many people watching the videos, but still, it kind of sucks to see someone who you maybe started watching and then all of a sudden they stopped uploading. So I do sincerely apologize about that, and hopefully if you are someone who likes to watch my videos, you will still stick around and just be understanding of my work from home life right now. Even though I work from home, it's still very busy. But yeah, so I'm hoping to, when I do test, I will record, and then even if it is a negative, I'm going to go ahead and upload those videos of me trying to test this cycle, because last cycle I did record, and I just got so upset at the fact that I wasn't pregnant last cycle that I actually ended up deleting the footage of me testing. So I know a lot of people would like to still see that, and even though it's negative, a lot of people like to see your journey in that realm. So I know that this time I will still upload, even though it might not be a positive. So, all right, ladies, baby dust to you all. I wish the best to you, and I look forward to chatting with you soon. Goodbye.